was once thought to be an offspring between lightning and death itself. These dragons also possess a strange sense not unlike radar or sonar. When flying through dark or cramped environments, Night Furies issues a plasma blast in all directions. When the plasma bounces off the near terrain and returns to it, giving them an unimaginable accurate readings of their surroundings. Skrill. Skrills do not breathe fire. Instead, they channel lightning down their metallic spines, firing it from their mouths in a shower of destruction blasts. They also store this electrical power in their bodies and release it later onto its next victim it comes into contact. Snow Wraith. Snow Wraiths have no known vulnerabilities, making them a supremely formidable force to be reckoned with during a battle. They also possess a thermal vision that allows them to track prey even during the most blustery blizzard. Triple Strike. With their barbed hides that deflect attacks, their intense fire blast can blind opponents, and their tail trade that braids into a single powerful weapon resembling of a scorpion stinger. Baby Diddly Natter. Much like their adult counterparts, Baby Diddly Natters may seem beautiful, but don't be fooled by their deadly tropical colorations. Baby Diddly Natters are notable for their sprayness and alert senses, such as smelling, as well as their ability to fly a bit sooner than other hatchlings, such as Baby Gronkle's Rumblehorn. It rams battering to its foes from its rhino-like hidden ability, also resembling a truffle pig mixed with a rhino, but much bigger and has the green-red iridescent coloring and surfacing of a scrab beetle. Grim Gnasher. These dragons will sink their thousands of teeth into smaller and weaker dragons. Despite their small size, these creatures are like vultures as they will circle above injured prey in packs. Grim Gnashers prefer to feast on dragon that can't defend itself rather than take on a healthy dragon. These dragons' only defense is spitting out fiery blasts of fangs of remarkable accuracy. Arguably the most dangerous dragons, Razorhead has an aggressive and deadly nature. It has a barbed telescopic tail that can squeeze the life out of any human or dragon. In fact, this dragon is so dangerous, its sheds of tears from its eyes are poisonous. It is extremely agile and maneuverous incredibly well. Speed Stinger. Fast, aggressive, and intelligent. They move in packs of dozens at a time, all led by the lead Speed Stinger. These creatures resemble a velociraptor, yet they have wings, while some are not fully developed as each other dragon. Their most dangerous move is its barbed tail. A single sting can render a human or dragon completely paralyzed for hours, even days. Stormcutter. Stormcutters feature a second set of hidden wings. When all four wings are developed in a X formation, there is no dragon in the sky much more maneuverable and fierce than a stormcutter. Their sharp-hooked pincers are strong enough to tear apart anything that threatens them or harm other living beings. Timberjacks are sensitive creatures that prefer peace, but when attacked they will expand their massive wings that are sharp enough to cut tree trunks, and even the thickest will not slow them down. They can also tend to guard themselves with their wings, which to be twice the size of their body weight. Baby Gronkle. At an early age, baby Gronkles mirror their adult counterparts with their robust bodies and relatively tiny wings. These dragons are the only known species that could fly backwards or side by side until they are fully developed adults. They can fly, bouncing like boulders of joy. Catastrophic Quaken. When threatened, its immediate reaction is to enter protective mode and roll into a ball like a giant armadillo. Once secured into the position, it quickly takes the offense, smashing the ground to create shockwaves that are so powerful they will knock other dragons down whether they are on land or airborne. Aeropodon. Aeropodon lives in volcanoes as rocks and lava are their main food source, protecting its territory. Not commonly known for combat, its only defense for itself, making it become loyal. Gronkle. Gronkles are large adult counterparts of their early age. When the Gronkle ingests more than one rock at a time, they will occasionally spit out a brand new substance in lava form. Hot Burple. Unlike Gronkles, the Hot Burple could make lava slugs out of molten minerals and ore, usually to craft weapons. They often have a fuzzy attitude and intentionally could shoot flaming chunks of rocks and possibly lava. Screaming Death. Unlike its subordinate cousin, the Whispering Death, with none of its weaknesses but has every single trait from it, this terrifying creature can shoot large spines from its tail and can breathe massive amounts of fire in a single blast. This dragon could tunnel through underground, consuming sea stacks and decimating an entire island alone. Cenotel, often mistaken for stone statues, these sentries defend the scarred burial ground with sonic screeches and downcraft wing blasts. Cenotels have their sense of hearing and smell developed to hyper-keen levels, making them incredibly alert. Whispering Death. These dragons prefer being underground, although plagued with poor eyesight and terrible sense of direction that often gets them lost. This dragon from the world of nightmares have multiple rows of buzzsaw teeth that can bore through any solid material, including rocks. Its signaling power creates a rumbling sound, alerting you when a whispering death is nearby. Baby Thunderdrum. When born, these dragons are separated or left behind by their flock. Without their proper guidance, they cannot control their sonic blast. Although at full state, they possess a hidden ability which allows them to cancel out their sonic blast. Wildebeest. This gigantic creature fortunately is not born to the alpha state. It has to earn it in combat. Most importantly, a desire to protect its nest and its true nature for all dragons. This dragonlord beast with two large tusks has, in addition to its icy breath, an alpha ability to bend all other dragons to its very own will. Skoldron lives under the depths of the sea. Instead of breathing fire, this dragon will scoop up water in their gullets like pelicans. Then they'll boil it internally and shoot the burning hot water out again, which could kill a man in a matter of seconds. Sea Shocker. Supremely furtive, sea shockers share attributes with many of the ocean's most extraordinary creatures. The morphology of a manta ray, the sonar of a dolphin, and the bioluminescence of a deep dweller. Its signature move is the electrical stun charge, extremely dangerous when bitten on contact, which will leave the human or dragon paralyzed. Shellfire, an enormous deep sea dweller. The shellfire glides through the ocean at incredible speed, unlike any sea creature. It uses plasma charges the size of a cannonball, strong enough for a ship to break apart. Submaripper. The Submaripper dragon whips up whirlpools by creating a vortex with its mouth and starts tsunamis with its massive body, breaches the water's surface like a whale. Thunderdrum. The Thunderdrum produces a strong concussion sound that can kill a human at close range. The blast is so powerful that the dragon is said to get its power from Thor himself, although they could only shout for a limited period of time since they have massive lungs. Armorwing. The Armorwing collects scraps of metal to its magnetic body and fuses them into an ever-expanding coat of armor. Moreover, that armor is like a shell for protection that would prefer to remain in isolation with its discarded metal treasures. Baby Zippleback. Unlike the other baby dragons, this duo form a stronger bond. When they combine their intelligence as whole, gives both of them visual contact when one watches and the other checks for danger nearby. Bone Napper. Much like the Armorwing, this dragon collects the bones from dead dragons to build a coat of armor. In mythology, it appears as a reanimated zombie dragon. It's unclear what these dragons can do, although their main defense is breathing fire. Buffalord. This large dragon is its last of its kind. Despite its rare encounters, this creature possesses a firing range attack which fires spikes, studding its hide and bounding its size from inflating. Cavern Crasher. The Cavern Crasher fires flammable mucus and scurries across underground catacombs in search for its favorite food. Its body was able to adapt to survive beneath the earth. Changewing. The Changewing's signature skill is camouflaging, allowing them to blend in with just about every object's outside environments. In addition, their lack of changing their color based on their mood and surroundings. Instead of fire, they shoot hot, corrosive acid that burns through wood and rocks. Death Song. Rather than shooting fire, the Death Song spits thick amber-like substance at its prey to form an impenetrable cocoon. Its lullaby could attract dragon typically and trap them to feast on, while humans are uncommon unless you step onto their territory. Dromillion. This dragon mimics the fire blast of any dragon type they encounter. Dromillion have the highest shot count of any dragon species by far, but soon after enough, these blasts can have a limited period of time to be used. These dragons can also transfer flames to each other if one runs out of heat. Flightmare. When the Flightmare eats the algae, it also glows, giving an unnatural appearance. It emits a toxic mist that can temporarily paralyze a human. Sandbuster. The Sandbuster lives under the shores, amazing a valuable pile of gems and gold in its cave. Territorial and greedy, the Sandbuster burrows sinkholes in the ground that swallow up any humans foolish enough to tread near its riches. Its only weakness is the sunlight. Slitherwing, giant winged snakes with venomous scales and fangs. Slitherwings are truly the fuel of nightmares. Their bright coloration indicates its venom level. The more colorful the slitherwing, the deadlier the attack. These oversized serpents slither at top speeds, sedate prey with their toxins and their bites, and drag them back to their pit for dinner. Smoke breath. While not inherently aggressive, smoke breaths will attack Vikings that intrude on their territory. Rather than breathe fire, these dragons instead exhale plumes of thick black smoke. Snaptrapper. Upon opening their triple split jaws, snaptrappers release a sweetly intoxicating scent, stimulating hunger in nearby dragons and humans. Zippleback. The Zippleback are two-headed dragon unlike any dragon could. One releases toxic gas and the other ignites it. This dragon makes it by far dangerous when close encountered with one. Baby Nightmare. Much like their adult counterparts, baby nightmares are skilled hunters and adaptive survivors, making them one of the hardest dragon breeds. Fireworm Queen. The Fireworm Queen lays thousands of eggs in her lifetime and builds a massive nest made of a flammable gel known as fire come to house her many eggs. Her sting is lethal to most humans and dragons. It actually possesses a restorative power for all dragons in the Stoker class. Hubblegrunt. A Hubblegrunt changes its coloration and its crown vibrates, alerting when it senses emotions of an irritated or calm dragon, although it's very sensitive to other emotions and could flee from battle. Monstrous Nightmare. Nightmare is one of the most dangerous dragon in the Stoker class, an exception of the Fireworm Queen being the strongest. Nightmare, if cornered, will coat itself on fire, from nose to tail, making it extremely difficult to handle in close combat. Night Terror. These dragons are recognized when united as one. Despite their regular size, they're strong and fast. Their ability is mimicking, forming into a larger sized dragon. Its only known weakness is taking out their leader, the White Night Terror. Red Death. This enormous creature emits a subvocal-like ability similar to the Bewilderbeast power, bending other dragons only when you stare in its many eyes. This Titan wing rank of Supreme is also responsible for the conflict war between humans and dragons. Singed Tail also pose a danger in close quarters combat by shooting jets of flame from the gills lining their exposed stomachs. This dragon has large jaws that could easily swallow you whole. Terrible Terror. One of the smallest creatures out of all the dragons. They come in groups or sometimes as individuals. These dragons cause all sorts of pesky problems. Titan Nightmare. Much larger than a regular monstrous nightmare, this dragon shoots out massive fire blasts. It's so hot that it can even break steel and solid rock. Typhoomerang. With their large horns, massive wingspan, and their ability to disrupt vertical air pressure while exhaling flames to create fire tornadoes, the passionate and hot-temperatured Typhoomerang has quickly asserted its position in the dragon hierarchy. So those are all the types of dragons. Let me know in the comment section which one is your favorite. That is all. Thank you all for watching and have a good day.